my God, my profane friends. Look at this. I've just gone to I've had to make this account because the other one got shut down. But look what they've deleted. The first two videos, which were Masonic drug deaths or drug lords. I can't remember what it was called. But what it was that I was talking about, I've got the videos. I'll upload them again anyway. They can't silence it. Do you know what I mean? But, you're speaking the right language when they start deleting your films and your TV. Do you know what I mean? Even though it was going out, that weren't going out to. I mean, look at that. Look, my videos. Look, 55 views, 18 views. You know what I mean? They're all silenced. Look, you see, look, 9 views. Been up there 6 months and only 9 people have watched it. Do you see what I mean? Crazy. But that was me talking about the Southport, where them girls got stabbed, and everyone's out on the streets rioting and God knows what, blaming this, blaming that. And I just talked about the drug deaths, about no one, you've had all these children that had died from, heroin, cocaine, all these deaths and that by drug dealers, and not one person has marched on them. Do you know what I mean? Look, here's a classic example here. Yeah, oh no, that was it. That was actually the post I was on, because I'm always posting about it. Look at all these kids, look, drugs in schools. 1-year-old son died of a drug overdose. An 11-year-old boy who lives in the house tested positive for cocaine. You see what I mean? These are children, look. You see, all died by killing of drugs. Do you see what I mean? 11-year-old cocaine overdose, plus many others. You know what I mean? 4-year-old boy dies in drug overdose. You see what I mean? These are children. Yeah, and no one marched, no one that protest, no one says anything in any town or any city, and they control everything. They're controlling your councils, your parish council, all because of the threat they impose, because they run gangs within your towns, and the money they don't care about your kids. They just care about the money and the finances and keep your people poor. You know what I mean? That's what it's about, and it's a distraction. Again, it's another Masonic distraction. You know what I mean? Look, student 18 found collapsed at university halls, another death. Do you know what I mean? Drug kills student. You know what I mean? Schoolboy dies. Dealer kills 13-year-old with an ecstasy tablet. You see what I mean? Boy 15 sadly dies, and 6 people between the ages of 14 and 37 arrested. Do you know what I mean? You're talking about children and drugs, yeah? And people laugh about it. I get posts, people laugh and think that's all funny and great, but it's not your child. Everyone whose child is now, you look at your child now, it doesn't matter. I'm fighting now, yeah. People, my boys running around like smoking cannabis, do you know what I mean? But before long, he's going to get offered cocaine at a nightclub or a pub. Yeah, do this by one of the, by a popular girl, you know what I mean, and get him hooked. You know what I mean? You're going to have mates or people around him in the pub that go sniff this, sniff that, and they're only sniffing fake cocaine. You know what I mean? Because that's what they do, and they pretend they're on it. And then you're part of that part, but you're the one. But they lead you like Judas goats to that addiction. Do you see what I mean? But they're snorting like them them numbing tablets or whatever, you know what I mean, for your teeth. I can't remember what they're called now, you know what I mean. It's a bit like Novocaine or something, I can't fully remember. But they're snorting powder that's not even cocaine. You know what I mean? Everyone thinks that whatever. When you buy the cocaine, they're giving you the real thing. Do you know what I mean? And then before you know it, you've got a raging habit. They haven't, and instead of being your friend, they're your dealers. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it's working around in your communities. But like I said, look, 9 pages of children dying by drugs, and not one of you has risen up or said anything in the last 20 years, let alone the last 5 years, and it's still going on today. Because the money more valuable than your children, do you know what I mean? And these people are getting away with it, and they're the people what are in your councils. They're the people that are running prevalent businesses within your communities. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, look, you just got to read it. Go to my forum. Go to Kids Killed by Drugs. You know what I mean? It's there in black and white. But that's the video they've just deleted. Well, I've talked about it, but I'll re-upload it. You know what I mean? Like I said, all my videos are saved. Nothing's here at my own house, of course. Do you know what I mean? Because the police come round, they go, oh, we've got a warrant for this, and they take everything, and then all of a sudden, all your hard drives have been deleted, or your information's been lost, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I've got backups of backups. Do you know what I mean? To make sure that I don't lose nothing, and all my evidence, yeah, is there for the profane people of Great Yarmouth and Galston to see for themselves, you know what I mean? Because you have to physically show people what's going on for them to actually wake up to what's going on, do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, they've deleted both of them. Look, oh, I can't believe it, you know what I mean? But I'll re-upload them. They'll get fucking deleted again, of course, but there you go. Have a great day. Hopefully that'll still be on my foot, because I did upload them, I believe, both of them, on my Facebook, but I'll have a look. In fact, I'll do it now. Let's have a look. What's this? Complicit in the corruption. And there we go. That's just another one again. Look, see my friends that, you know, like I said, it's not looking, yeah, because he says like you can find what you, anyway, it's not to put that in the point of it. The point is it's experience I've lived, and I've seen my friends die of drugs, people made orphans, and just about everything else. And I see the same people doing the same thing each decade, and they are, and those who are supposed to look after us, yeah, are complicit in the corruption, and they are. They're not looking after our interests. You know what I mean? They're bloody killing us left, right and centre, and they don't care. You know what I mean? They just, all they care about is their money. So if I now do this, hopefully it's there. Stuart McIntosh, and then Southport, Southpo. I think it's Southport. I'm guessing. And then we go posts. Let's have a look. Yeah, here we go. Masonic drug deaths in Southport, part 1. So go see these. Look, just put in Masonic Stuart McIntosh Southport, and these are the 2 videos I uploaded to you. Well, will they play now? That's the thing. I don't know if they've been deleted. Hello, my profane friends. Now, this is a part 2 of Masonic drug deaths and Southport, yeah? And see, so that's still there. That's part 2. Where's part 1? Let's see if part 1's still there. My profane friends, I'm telling you, the events I've been watching over the last few days. So what I've done, yeah, it's still on there, look, Masonic drug death. So where is it? It's been hidden up then, has it? Yeah, there it is, look, you see, look. This is what they do, they mess with you, do you see what I mean? Look. So look, that's Masonic drug death and Southport part 1, yeah? Look, but if I log into my own YouTube channel, yeah, click on that, yeah? Boom, go to the videos, yeah, go to the latest, which is there, look, go to the bottom, and they disappeared, look, you can't, there's nothing else there, look, you see? So where are the videos? You see what I mean? This is how they mess with you all the time. Posts, no, nothing to post, no shorts, you see what I mean? They hide your videos that are important, yeah, and have a message, they'll hide them up. So please go look at this, Masonic drug deaths and Southport part 1, yeah? You know what I mean? Because it's hidden up. It's hidden up. It's had 394 views, which is dangerous to them, isn't it? You know what I mean? They want you having any views at all. In fact, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to reshare this. Masonic. Indeed. And the Shhh up. And the Shhh up continues. By the profane people, because no one's saying nothing, do you know what I mean? There you go. I mean, that's part 2 though, isn't it? Yeah, never mind, but part 1's there. That's on, I think that's on, I don't know what ones are on. Baby, I'm so excited. Let's see if it's gone to my wall or not. When I've, you know, it just cheers me up just posting. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, there you go, my profane friends. But like I said, if you go try and find it on my actual YouTube, it's not there. Look, it's gone. Where is the video, you see? Because the information, how many more have they done at this to my videos that people can't see? Do you see what I mean? You know, just crazy, isn't it? How many videos are there? Look, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 28. So it's 30 videos there, right? 30 videos. So if I go through the other way again, 30 videos. Let's see, 30 videos. Now this way, when I did it, Masonic Drug Watch. How many videos are there now? So now there's way more than 30. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 30 videos. So I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 videos have been hidden from everyone. Do you see what I'm saying? 23 videos, yeah? Putting a message out which they don't like. Do you know what I mean? They don't like the message. So obviously, you know, look, Masonic school symbolism of Lucifer. See, this was a school. Hello, my profane friends. Here we are at the school. You know what I mean? It's before we get into any other symbolism. But there's your 4 square, look. You know what I mean? See, 4 square, and it's square and calm piss all over the school. You see, this is why they delete this, because they don't want the information out, because symbolism will be their downfall. This is why it's so important that you download my files and start uploading them up to other platforms, yeah, so they can't hide the truth. You know what I mean? And the facts get out there. But there it is, look, Masonic drug deaths and Southport. Part 1 and 2. God knows, you know, Masonic witchcraft, runes and hexes. Do you see what I mean? It's all about in your community. You see what I mean? And they're hiding it for a reason. There it is. Look, where is it? You know what I mean? There's 20 odd videos gone off my YouTube. You know what I mean? What a bunch of Masonic creeps. You know what I mean? Their symbolism will be their downfall. Anyway, like I said, it doesn't matter, because I upload all these to, you know, like Demonoid and all that, all is one hit. So all my videos can be downloaded as one hit anyway. But as I upload them, people should be downloading them and then putting them up on other platforms. Do you know what I mean? What I've actually been trying to get onto, if I know how to do it, I can't remember how to do it. I'll do it later anyway. But anyway, there you go. You know, when you start posting about drugs and drug dealers, you know what I mean, they start shushing you up. They don't like it, you know what I mean? But you got all these people and no one says nothing, you know what I mean? Innit, eh? Innit? And there you go. Look, how about him? Look, heroin. I can beat you at any time. Letter to schoolgirl wrote to drug week before overdosing. How about that? Do you know what I mean? And again, that'll more than likely be shushed up in the paper. Oh no, it is still there. Wicked. You know what I mean? But there she go, you see? And don't think your children ain't going to be on heroin or cocaine. This is someone's child. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, a teenage daughter, yeah? And has anyone rose up or said anything to the drug dealers within your community? No. These people, the drug dealers are shooting each other for the rights and the privileges, yeah, to deal drugs to your kids. And you're saying nothing. In fact, when they're shooting each other and they miss, and then they're shooting kids in trolleys and prams, again, that's in my videos, yeah, no one's saying nothing or doing anything. It's okay to shoot a child in a trolley, yeah, if you're a drug dealer, you know, and it's a stray bullet and all the rest of it, and that's all cool. No one rises up, no one says anything. Everyone's, shh, better not say anything, you know what I mean? But if someone stabs 3 girls, which it shouldn't happen again, which is a bad thing, everyone rises. What's the difference between what he did and what drug dealers are doing? Do you see what I mean? There's no but you're saying nothing. No one's saying anything because you've been programmed to keep shush. And that's what it basically is. You keep shush. You know what I mean? Ras, mate, I tell you, you bloody, look, a girl 6 found dead, look, from heroin overdose in flat 100 yards from her home. See? It's your people around you, yeah? Your neighbours, yeah? You know what I mean? It's always the adults that are getting the children addicted and into drugs. Do you know what I mean? And that cycle. Some of them are witches and warlocks, and they're doing it on purpose just to keep that chaos going. And it's an agenda. And every time someone gets on a drug, they're paid for it. Do you know what I mean? It's how crazy it is. But when you say that, people go, oh, don't talk shit, you're stupid, you're talking rubbish. No, I'm not talking rubbish. I'm talking from experience of what I've seen, yeah, in my life, you know. Yeah, fentanyl, see, they're there. The parents are warning everyone. That's all they do. They warn and they put a little bit in the paper, you know what I mean? Yeah, but nothing's ever written, you know, no one's saying anything. For years, these same people have got away with it, yeah? And their armies are within your towns and cities, yeah? Anyway, have a great day. And remember, I love you all. But you all better keep shh. Because if you're not willing to go out of the drug dealers, which are the Freak Masons, that are Royal Archmasons and Demoles and all the rest of it, Knights Templars, because that's what you're battling in every town and city. You know what I mean? They control it all. The doors, the clubs, the people that run all that shit. If you're not willing to go up against them, then you might as well just sit back down. You know what I mean? Because there's no keep going, oh, save the children because they're in Washington and America, or save the children because they're on an island somewhere. If you're not willing to save your own children within your own neighborhood, yeah, within your own communities, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? There's no point to it, is there? You've got to save the children around you. It doesn't mean it has to be your own. You know what I mean? Your grandchild or whatever. It can be someone else's. Save them. You see what I mean? That's what it's about. It's saving children, making your communities better. And the people that make communities shit and crap and, you know, not worth living in, you've got to oust them out of your community. You've got to banish them like they did back in the day. Yeah? That's what it's about, isn't it? I presume, you know, I don't know. You know, like I said, I don't know all or anything, but I know that a drug dealer within the community ain't a good thing in any community, is it? Yeah, you know what I mean? No one. But anyway, what do I know? Have a great day, my profane friends.